since unfortunately Herrer, like many other cannabis activists, still believe that some sort of conscious capitalism will save hemp, and thus, as expected, cannot ultimately really make sense of things. But more on such postmodern topics later. Imagine now the intro quote of the film Master and Commander with Russell Crowe to set the tone. A bit lame maybe, but only if you for some reason decided to tattoo it onto your back. April 1805. The British nobility's hostility and fear towards the new French government have grown from a nightmarish dread of the revolutionary spirit of the commoners to a calculated military opposition as the economic interests of the continental bourgeois parliament has metamorphosed into the imperial ambition of one man, Napoleon Bonaparte. Only George III's fleet stands before him as Britain's navy blockades France, including her allies. The blockade is accomplished by the closing of the English Channel and the Atlantic Bay of Biscay ports, with the world's largest navy. Britain also controls absolute access to and from the Mediterranean and Atlantic by virtue of its control of the Straits of Gibraltar. Oceans are now battlefields. To sustain the blockade, the British Empire buys 90% or more of its marine hemp from Russia. Britain's navy and world sea trade runs on Russian hemp. Each British ship must replace 50 to 100 tons of hemp every year or two. There is no substitute. Flax sales, for example, unlike hemp sales, would start rotting in 3 months or less from salt, air and spray. The jute colonies of Bengal are still generations away from completing its historical task. At the same time, the fledgling United States is officially neutral in the war between France and Britain. The United States even begins to solve its own foreign problems by sending its navy and marines to the Mediterranean to stop Tripoli pirates and ransomers from collecting tribute from American Yankee traders operating in the area. Millions for defense, not a penny for tribute, was America's rallying cry, and the incident came to be memorialized in the second line of the Marine Corps hymn, To the Shores of Tripoli.